There are a ton of electric outboards starting to flood the market nowadays, and there is one that is faster, cheaper, higher quality, and overall just better than everybody else. And that's the Newport NT300. And I know it just seems like, oh my gosh, how can you claim those things? Wait till we get into the cost versus performance of this motor. It's truly remarkable. The NT300 by Newport is literally the best 3 horsepower electric outboard currently available on the market. And since I have moved to Missouri, my bodies of water have gone from the ocean, the bay, to lakes, to really, really small lakes and ponds. And some lakes don't even allow any gas outboards. Some lakes don't allow any sort of wake, which this creates a little bit of wake, but it's easier to get away with because it's dead silent. Anyway, I absolutely love this motor. I have a ton of use cases for it, and we're gonna get into the details. First of all, let's talk about price. Now, I have a pretty good price breakdown here because it does not come with an integrated battery like the e-propulsion, like the Bixby N3, etc. So the Newport NT300, this model right here is the short shaft. It is $1,300. This is a 36 volt motor, and you are going to need a 36 volt battery to power it. Now, Newport will sell you a 30 amp hour for $650. That is the battery that I happen to have. However, this motor, a major advantage is that it can actually take third-party batteries, which means unlimited range and significantly cheaper option. So the motor itself costs $1,300. You got to get a 36 volt battery. Lifetime currently offers the cheapest 36 volt battery on the market, and it's a 50 amp hour, which is going to significantly increase your range for only $320. And of course, you'll need a battery charger, and the cheapest one on Amazon for a 36 volt lithium system is $130. That brings the grand total to $1,750. The second cheapest by far on the market is the Bixby N3 at $2,300. So this is significantly cheaper, even with the longer range battery. Now, it's going to get cheaper than that because you can buy, of course, this motor off of Newport Vessels, but if you get it through Tiny Boat Nation, I have a site-wide discount code that I've used to promote other products in the past. It still works on the NT300, which means you can get an additional 5% off of the $1,300 price using code Greyson Roberts. And if you use code Greyson with Time USB for the 36 volt 50 amp hour, you will also get another 5% off of the $320 battery. I don't have a discount code for any of the chargers, unfortunately, but using my discount codes, going with Time USB and Tiny Boat Nation, this is going to bring our total down to $1,669 for a long range 3 horsepower motor. And Tiny Boat Nation actually did a test on this motor, and they put it up against the major competitors currently available on the market. And believe it or not, the Newport, even though it is cheaper, it actually came out on top as the fastest. So it's the most powerful, the fastest, and by far the cheapest. In my opinion, it looks the best, and a major advantage over the Bixby or e-propulsion or most of the other options is that it doesn't require a proprietary battery. It has an Anderson connector. So literally any 36 volt battery will work on this motor, as long as it's a deep cycle. 30 amp hour, 50 amp hour, 100 amp hours. For the price of a 30 amp hour on Newport, that's $650, you can get a 100 amp hour for less than that from Lifetime. So that's a major benefit, is that you have significantly cheaper battery options, and you can have larger batteries. 100 amp hour, you're gonna run this thing all day long, which is a huge, huge game changer. Or you can have a couple of the 30s, couple 50s, a couple hundreds. You can literally power this indefinitely until this motor explodes from exhaustion. I'm not joking, that is a major, major benefit over the competitors. No need for a proprietary battery, just an Anderson connector, which they sell, and most people sell. They're pretty cheap. So should we just shut the video down here? It's the cheapest before any of my discount codes. It's the fastest, in my opinion, looks the best, and it has basically unlimited range. How awesome is that? Well, the motor itself only weighs 23.8 pounds. So this package right here, 24 pounds. And I think my 30 amp hour from Newport, the 36 volt battery, I think that weighs about another 25. So it's a 50-pound package, which is really competitive. The build quality is really, really good. A lot more metal on this motor than the other 3 horsepowers I have tried. I mean, the trim, everything, a lot of it is metal, and what is not is really, really high quality rubber or plastic, and it just feels the most high quality and the most robust. Now, I get it, Newport is a big company, and they can mass produce motors like no problem, so they can get their prices way lower and their quality up. That's really hard to compete with. I mean, this thing is an absolute tank. It also has on the tiller handle right here, which is adjustable by the way, an LCD screen showing you your battery percentage remaining as well as your current voltage. It comes in both long and short shaft options, with the long shaft option being $100 more, making it $1,400 instead of $1,300. There's no maintenance, there is no oil, there is no gas, there is nothing like that. There's no impeller, so you don't have to change the impeller, nothing like that. It is maintenance free and dead silent. Also, I have learned this the hard way. Well, not really the hard way, but I've learned this since moving to Missouri. When I was living in Florida, you do not have to register outboard motors separately. But in the state of Missouri, you have to register not only your boat, but also your trailer and also your outboard motor. So that Honda 5 horsepower back there that you probably can't see, I have to register that. But with the electric outboards, I don't. Also, electric outboards are allowed on electric-only lakes. So even though, yes, it is a 3 horsepower outboard, the exact same outboard in the gas version would not be allowed on the same lake, making this a huge, huge advantage in a lot of bodies of water like this, especially electric-only fishing tournaments. So as you can see, in almost every category, the Newport NT300 is a clear winner. And as a bonus, there is no assembly required out of the box. It is plug and play, baby. Just charge up your battery and you are good to go. As you can see, I am a big fan, and it pushes this John boat really, really well. It actually pushes the bigger inflatables a little bit faster. This John boat is just not really a very fast hull, but like the Fish Gift 16, it pushes it much faster. Now, they say that their website, it's going to get about 6.5 miles per hour, and I figured once I put that on my 16-foot Fish Gift that it wouldn't get 6.5. No, it got 6.5, almost 7. It doesn't really matter the size of your boat, it more so depends on the hull design. Is it a pond prowler, just pushing through the water? Is it a John boat that is just not designed to go super fast, or is it like a higher performance inflatable? So it just depends, but I usually get about 6 to 7 depending on what I am running it with. And with 2 people, fully loaded down with fishing gear, food, tackle, camera gear, whatever. The whole shebang, outboard, battery, and a trolling motor on the bow with another trolling motor 12-volt battery. Basically, 2 people loaded all the way down. I was running about 5.5 miles per hour, which is really, really impressive. Anyway, just as a reminder, if you would like to get 5% off of this motor, go to Tiny Boat Nation or click the link in my description. Use code Grayson Roberts, and with Time USB, use code Grayson for another 5% off of the 36-volt 50 amp hour option there. All links will be linked in the description. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, all the glory goes to our Father in heaven. Tight lines, and God bless.